Let me ask you this, because of course we spoke about how great the Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan match was, and there's a lot of people that are saying that Kofi Kingston is the first ever black WWE champion. But do you agree with that? And would you say that there's been a form of uh, racism in wrestling, or do you just think that's something that critics are looking to focus on?
Well, I mean, there's racism everywhere, unfortunately, which is sad. It's too bad. But I can tell you honestly. I mean, in professional wrestling, at the end of the day, the promoters want to make money, and if you're the thing that is selling tickets, if you're the thing that's motivating people to want to come to that building, leave their house, and you know, show up at the show. They don't care if you're purple. They don't care if you're green. They don't care if you're plaid. They're gonna exploit you. They're gonna promote you. They're going to utilize you. And as far as is Kofi the first black WWE champion? I think he's the first black WWE champion. Maybe. I think he is. Is he the first black world champion? No. No, not at all. Bobo Brazil, I think, was the first black world champion back in 1965. He was the NWA world champion. He beat Buddy Rogers. Ron Simmons was a world champion. Um, you know, um, and Booker T. He was a five-time world champion. You know, and there have been others of color. That have been world champions. And Pedro Morales was world champion back in what year was that? Shoot, I can't remember now. I think 79 maybe. I could be wrong. Um, but he had a great run as world champion in WWF. Um, so if you want to split hairs, yeah, I guess Kofi's the first black WWE champion. Yeah, but is he the first person of color to be WWE champion? I mean, no. What was his name? The Maharaja. Uh,
Oh, Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal was WWE champion. So and I think it's great. Kofi's put a lot of time in there, and but that doesn't entitle you to necessarily, you know, get a world title just because you've put time in. It's not like
Mm.
Walmart or Tesco, where you show up and you work a certain number of years of service, and each year you get a certain amount of money as a raise, and you reach a certain level and you get the prime hours during the job, and you know. You don't have to work the crap hours. The new guy that comes in and he has to work the third shift where you can work whatever you want. You get you're entitled to so many weeks of vacation and sick time. It doesn't work like that in wrestling. Kofi was the right person at the right time for the right reason, and that's why Kofi got the title. And you know uh, he'll have a run with it, and that run will depend a lot on you know, him staying the right person at the right time for the right reason. You know,
Mm.
everything is done for a purpose, done for a reason. You put a baby face over so that you can eventually use that baby face to put heat on a heel. You put that heat on a heel to either have the baby face get back over on that heel so that you can get him more over, or use him to put even more heat on that heel. Then the only reason you're putting heat on that heel is to eventually get another babyface over. So that's the way it works.